What is going on? My Reef fan March here. This is Fragbox TV. And one of my favorite videos to make in the store. Also, I think one of yours. We got some new corals in. Now, if there's anything you must have, screenshot us, let us know, check out the site. And if it doesn't have a skeleton, like these beautiful interstellar mushrooms, some of the zoanthids, we can ship them anywhere in the world. Okay, almost anywhere. Last week, for example, we shipped to Dubai and to South Korea. You can buy it directly through our site. It's fragbox.ca. Okay, now these new corals we got are from Australia. Why do we order corals from Australia? One, because they're beautiful. And two, there are some species that we really only find from Australia. Or at least the nicest varieties. So that is going to be this one here for sure, which is the Scolynia australiensis. Somebody pull up the Latin name.
Homophilia australis.
Oh, we got Jay butt flex. Show me a flexing with the Latin names. Oh, so correcting Governor March. For all intensive purposes, we are just going to call these Scolies. And they're really nice. Nice colors, nice shapes. I like the supplier because they'll send me a bunch of photos before the order. And then I can actually pick them out. I can circle the ones I want in the photos, and that's how we end up with some of the best ones, because March is picky. No pun intended. Okay, second, why do we order from Australia? Acan Lordoensis. I love Acan Lord. Acan Lord. I'm waiting for Jay to correct me. Classification? Come on, what have they been reclassified as? Micromusa Lordoensis. And in every video, somebody's gonna get peed off with the name and that it isn't the correct nomenclature, so we're going to give you both names so that you can pipe down over there. Interesting thing, when I order these, on the list, they're still listed as Acan Lordoensis. On the CITES, the Convention of International Trade of Endangered Species, they are still listed as Lordoensis. So just for you coral nerds that are going to come out and say, March, you're using the wrong name! My suppliers and the official government documents needed to import these are still using the name that I grew up on. Anyways, that is really geeky. I can't believe I just said all that. Okay, whatever you want to call them, whatever name you go by, they are beautiful. A little bit of tissue recession on this one. We're going to have to feed it. Some very nice bubble corals. On the smaller side, I'm always looking for little ones because if I don't specify, these are going to be massive. They're going to be very hard to work with. This is a piece that we typically don't frag, so I want them small, easier to sell, easier to ship. Same goes for these plate corals. I like them. They're cute. When we get big, massive ones, they're kind of tricky. Something this size, they're about the size of a golf ball, like these little golden ones here. Anybody, basically any size tank, you got a 3-gallon or a 200-gallon or whatever you have, you can find room for something that cute. And you get to watch it grow. You get it in a smaller size, so you get to enjoy babying it. They come in a lot of funky different colors. Some orange. These ones, these are really funky. It's a different type of plate coral. They don't have that same sort of round, perfect circle shape. They're kind of awkward and different. But I really like the line that they create with that green rim right around the edge. Not to sidetrack myself, full ADHD, engaged, I really want to show you this piece because it's like two acans, but it almost appears like this is Power Banky or Acan Maxima, or I don't know, but it's funky to see a blue and a red fused onto one piece. And the same goes for this one. So a lot of times with Acan, I find that the color or pattern, it's going to be pretty consistent throughout. Like this one here, we find consistency in the pattern. You know, it's all orange with that blue stripe. This one here, which is crazy. Again, I hope the point is getting across. But then we find this one, which starts out like an orange-red and then transitions. We see some blue start to pop up and then finishing in almost all blue with little orange. So that's a really cool piece with a very rare kind of nuance in the color. Elegance coral, absolutely stunning, and I'm really happy with these ones because we have a really funky blue tip. Not too big, not too small. I feel like this was a coral that when I first started out had a really bad reputation for survivability long-term in most reef tanks. It was considered a hard-to-keep coral. And I'm not really sure what's changed, but that is definitely not the case. This is another one that would definitely get a reputation for near impossible, sort of on the level of carnation coral, like a cut flower. You buy it, you enjoy it with the inevitable knowledge that it is not going to survive long term. And that is simply not true anymore. Gonipora, Albiopora, we have no problem keeping them in the store. People grow them, people cut them, frag them, trade them back in. Funky Elegance actually came from a different supplier on a different order, but I gotta show it to you because it's just such a stark contrast, this black and yellow, compared to what we typically get. This is a little bit more standard in terms of color, but still beautiful. I don't know how this thing is still here. Maybe it's the price. I've never seen one in that color. It's really, really special piece. Only one Lobo on the whole order, but that's all you need when they look like this. A really, really cool piece. Lobophilia. I don't think it's been renamed. Just the absolute perfect specimen. And then Blastomussa merletti. When we're talking about Australian corals, this is one that's always in the conversation. Blastomussa wellsii as well. I find that we don't get the craziest variations like we do from some of the other oceans. We typically find these, what we call vortex, which are like the purple and green variety, and then the candy apple variety, the green with the red, or even a little bit of purple with green. Those are kind of the two standard Australian colors we do see quite often. And then variations of those colors, the greens, the purples, the reds. These ones I actually purchased already fragged. So this is something I used to never do. And as I have less and less time with age, this is something I'm doing more and more often. They're already cut, they're already healed, and they're already ready to go. That's a lot of already. Even Gonipora, this is same thing. Fragged and provided as frags direct from the supplier. For things like this, it's quite convenient. Like war corals, Favias, they're already healed. They've done all the hard work. They've cut them. I'm sure not all of them have survived, and then they're all grabbed onto the plug. And if you notice here, the plugs are the larger variety, the ones that are closer to 2 inches. So these are not little itty bitty frags. These are well established, old, healed, big frags. And Favia, as far as I know, we only find this version of Favia, the Dragon Soul Favia, from Australia. That's such a textbook version right there. We have the green mouth, and then the blue ring, purple body, and then as it starts to grow, you get that really funky yellow-green ring that comes in. And even as frags, they're such a beautiful, beautiful coral. And again, only from Australia that we find. Another reason that I order is the pipe organ. So I really like corals that are white and healthy, which is an unusual combination. Typically white is bleaching, dying, not healthy, like no bueno. Like this Albiopora that seems to have not survived the journey. That is really bad. We don't want to see white. The only time we really see white is in some species of soft coral, some leathers, pom-pom xenia, rooster coral sometimes will come black and white, and then this pipe organ. So it's kind of rare to see it's very rare to see a healthy white coral. It's a little bit closed because these just came last night, but when it opens up, it's like a beautiful little white daisy. Now, not too many Euphyllia on this order, so hammers, frog spawn torches, just because I had so many from our last order. I could not say no to this Australian gold torch, and this one differs from all the other ones really because you get that, white, on the topic of white, that white tip. So it's really funky, and it's really only found in this color combination from Australia. Now, mushrooms, I love getting them from here because we get these interstellar varieties, and they're really unlike anything else. They're more or less black on the base, and then you get these glowing yellow dots, and sometimes they'll bounce. You even get those white stripes that extend from the outside right to the center of the mouth. This one's a cool variety that I've never seen before, and I'm loving these. It's just like intermingled on a beautiful little piece of live rock. It's almost like interstellar, but blue, like a blue interstellar. Oh, I think I just named it. Carson for reminding me, mangroves. We haven't had these in such a long time. And I've never actually had mangroves from Australia. Usually we get them from the Caribbean, so if you're looking for something a little bit different, they're already rooted, and they're just about ready to sprout. Almost all of them have 1 or 2 leaves, as you can see, already popping out. And captive bred, tiny, tiny blue tuxedo urchins. Check it out, beautiful size and sustainable. And then Duncan coral. As far as I know, only come from Australia. I put these in every single reef tank that I set up. They're just such a beautiful, easy, fast-growing LPS. They look like torches. You get the movement of like an anemone. You get everything you want out of a coral with super little care requirements. They love to eat. They like flow. They're just all around awesome coral. And look at these ones with the green base and almost, I would say, I'm a little colorblind, but almost blue mouth. Now a couple other funky species we don't see too often, the Latistella mossalei. I think I pronounced that wrong, but that is a really, really unusual coral. I don't even know, I'm trying to like, my brain's trying to figure out something to like compare that to, but it's just like an alien. It's like a massive Favia meets Goniastria meets Fauwerbanki meets plate coral. I don't know. It's really one of a kind, and we only have the one. Now there's a Goniastria. I don't want to frag this. It is big, and I'm going to offer it as a huge piece the way it is. So if anybody local's watching this and is looking for a real showpiece, blue on orange, or even this maze brain here, massive piece, you're going to need a big tank. But if you're looking to fill in space in like a 150 or larger, this may be the piece for you. Same goes with this Blasto. Huge. This is like a foot across, guys. Now a little bit stressed from shipping, but strawberry shortcakes. This species of Acropora, again, only from Australia. Looking a little bit stressed from the transit, but I do expect them to make a full recovery in about a week or two. Like the other ones I just showed you, those frags that already came made, we've got some pre-made Duncan frags. This is something I've never ordered, but it's nice because they're healed and ready to go. These arrived only last night, and look already how good they look. So that coral that I was raving about, Duncan coral, if you want to give it a shot, they are here and waiting for you. Still a lot of frags left from our last Indonesian shipment, like a ton, and these are all now super healed. They've been in the tank for over 2 months, so everything's just looking fantastic. Our selection of hammers, I think, is probably one of the best it's ever been. The same goes for some of the mushroom corals. The frog spawns, I don't think I've ever had so many different varieties of frog spawn. I usually have 1, not 6. This is a really nice Blasto. Just perfect. Look at those. Looks like, it looks fake. It almost looks like photoshopped, but with your eyes. Except it's not. Some Simularia, I think just 1. These have a tendency to melt. They do. They don't ship the best, so I'll usually just order one or two to see if it'll be okay, and I have a feeling that we are good on this one. These are not fully opened yet. I wanted to show you them. This one looks okay. It's a long tentacle plate coral. So remember the other ones I showed you at the beginning of the video? These are like what we call short tentacle plates. Sometimes they call them dome plates. The tentacles only come out a couple millimeters. It's like 1/8 of an inch. Not with these guys. They often get confused with torch corals or even anemones, because when they're happy and the tentacles are out, I've seen them as long as 5 to 6 inches, except you're typically going to put it on your sand bed. So you get that look of a torch without any of the aggression. Oh wow, magical. This guy just started to open up. This is another variety of pipe organ. So earlier I was talking to you about the white variety. This one looks really funky. It's like a lime green polyp, and they're a lot smaller than I'm used to, but I like it. I like when corals are different than what I expect or what I'm used to seeing. Because after you do this for coming up on 15 years, I don't want to say that I'm getting bored, because every shipment is exciting, and I feel like every time I do it, it's Christmas. I never know what I'm going to get, but I get used to seeing the same varieties, shapes, and colors, and patterns. So sometimes just a little variation, just something small, like a difference in a polyp size or color or something that I typically wouldn't see, it gets me really excited. Even though I feel like it would often go unnoticed by most hobbyists. And I'm still a hobbyist at heart. It's just a hobbyist that's taken this to the extreme and then devoted his entire life to it, and now it's hard to find the separation between what is life and what is Fragbox. So I think these are really funky too. Some nice Rhodactis, and it's probably a good time to wrap up the video. Look at that, sponge, if anybody wants sponge. Oh, hold on, one more thing before I leave you. Where did you go, sir? We got a really funky hitchhiker, and I wanted to show you because I've never actually had one of these as a hitchhiker. Okay, damn it, I'm not finding it. It's actually a feather starfish. It was really cool as a hitchhiker. I don't know where he is, but anyways, if you saw, again, anything in the video, you want a price, you want to talk corals, any questions at all, we're always just an email away, guys. It's fragboxcorals@gmail.com. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you back here on the next one. That's it. Bye, guys.